That very morning, Dan awoke in his room. Huh? I'm still here, and this is my room. Dan got out of bed and ran to Mr. Mumbles. Mr. Mumbles, they did it! The ghost did it all in one night, which means... Dan ran over to his calendar where it read the 25th. Yes, it's Christmas Day! I must do what I can. Outside Dan's apartment, Danny, Twilight, and Spike were watching through the Ghostwriter's book. Well, why don't you look at that? It's good to know Dan has changed his ways. Dan then came running out of his apartment with gifts passing by the three. Should we follow him? I don't see why not. I'm in. Danny, Twilight, and Spike followed Dan to Chris and Elise's house. He knocked on the door and Chris answered. Dan, what are you doing here? I want you and Elise to have these. Dan took out 2 gifts and gave one to Chris and Elise, who was surprised to see Dan. Merry Christmas. Gee, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Now this is better. But it's not over yet. Dan's next stop was Fluttershy's cottage, where she and Discord were celebrating. I wonder who that could be. Fluttershy went to the door and was surprised to see Dan. Oh, hi, Dan. Hi, Fluttershy. I just wanted to say I'm sorry about... But before he could finish, Discord came to the door all angry. You jerky Toon! Thinking you could just come here and say you're sorry. Discord! All I came here to say is I'm sorry about my behavior and that I want to donate to help Angel Bunny. Oh, you think you're so... Wait, what did you say? I want to donate to help Angel Bunny. What made you change your mind? I felt bad about everything and the way I acted and for being mean to you and your friends. In fact, here, Dan took out some money from his pocket and gave it to Fluttershy. Oh my, thank you. No problem. Merry Christmas and happy heartwarming. And with that, Dan took his bag and left. Standing outside Fluttershy's cottage, Twilight, Danny, and Spike were finishing up the story. After that very day, Dan was no longer known as the jerk he was in Discovery Family Town. And Angel Bunny, who did not die, finally recovered from his injury. All right, then what? And everyone in Discovery Family Town lived happily ever after. Okay, one more thing to do. At the Ghost Zone prison, the Ghostwriter sat sadly in his cell when the book with a red ribbon appeared at his feet. Huh? They finished it. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Danny, Twilight, and Spike were standing at the ghost's cell. Thank you. I appreciate the gift. We're happy we could help. And thank you for helping us teach a mean Toon a lesson. Come on, let's head home. Merry Christmas, Ghostwriter. And that was how Danny Phantom, Twilight Sparkle, and Spike the Dragon taught Dan the true meaning of Christmas, as this story is considered the version of A Christmas Carol in Toon World.